Before I read the actual title of this article, I'm going to make a few changes to it. And just tell me how you react and how you think the mainstream media would react if something like this was published. Men rejoice. Men with younger girlfriends have more fulfilling relationships than men with same age partners, study finds. Yeah, you're doing a double take, right? There's no way something like this was published. And you're right, because it wasn't. It's the opposite, though. Cougars rejoice. Women's with younger boyfriends have more fulfilling relationships than ladies with same age partners, study finds. So when women do this, they get encouraged, they get enabled. Oh, you go, girl. I know you're pushing 50, but oh, you got a 20-year-old boyfriend. You still got it, girl. Slay queen. When the roles are reversed, though, when it's an older guy with a younger girl, pedo! Like, but she's 20. Pedo! Leonardo DiCaprio still gets so much shit for this. But guess what? He has more fulfilling relationships than women's his age. Yeah, and this is true to remember too. That's absolutely right. They're just practice. So the younger guys often refer to cougars as starter girlfriends because that's what they are. So the dynamics are very interesting, like between high school and college, basically. So a lot of guys in high school, like they're used to getting laid on the regular. But as soon as the girls that they've been dating in high school hit 18 and become legal, they start going for guys in their 30s, 40s, even 50s or older with money. They go for sugar daddies, basically. And then all these younger guys going into college, they're finding it harder to get laid again until they discover the Cougars. And yeah, the Cougars at that point, they're basically the starter girlfriends for these guys as they enter the quote unquote real world. And eventually, they when they get to the Cougars ages, they're the richer guys that are now dating the 18-year-olds, and the women are pissed. A lot of the women, by the way, that get pissed at guys for doing that, they were doing the same thing at that age. When they were 18, they were dating 40-year-old men for their money. They saw no problem with it back then. When they hit 40 and the 40-year-old men want nothing to do with them, now it's a problem. But yeah, the double standard is kind of funny, isn't it? When women date younger men, oftentimes much younger men, they get applauded for it. From Cher to Priyanka Chopra, many of the most famous women in Hollywood are known for dating younger men. So basically for being pedos by their own standards, right? And now a study suggests these so-called cougars may be onto something. Research shows that women with younger boyfriends score more highly for emotional intelligence, sexual self-efficacy, and happiness than ladies with partners of the same age. Now, look at the type of woman who would be doing this. Like you're using celebrities right here. Sugar mamas are a thing. According to scientists from London Metropolitan University, this suggests their romantic relationships are more fulfilling. Now, I would love to see someone have the balls to do this same study, but the other way around. Like comparing men who date women their age versus men who date younger women, see which one's happier. I don't think we will ever see the results of that study published. They will bury that. Now, this study questions the preconceived notion that women in relationships with younger men are any less fulfilling or successful than those in similar relationships, the researchers wrote. Now, do this for men. Do it for men and see what happens. The term cougar originated in the bars of Vancouver back in the early 2000s and refers to older women who prefers to date younger men. Yeah, and meanwhile, if you have an older man who prefers to date younger women, they're called pedophiles, even if everyone involved is over the legal age. Several celebrities have earned this title thanks to their relationships with younger men. For example, Demi Moore famously dated Ashton Kutcher, who was 15 years her junior. Dude, talk about robbing the cradle. While Priyanka Chopra, 40, is married to Nick Jonas, 30. Married for now until he doesn't need her anymore. Despite its prevalence in Hollywood, society still tends to view these whammons more critically than older men who date younger women. Now that is such a blatant lie. Oh my God! Like then lay off of Leonardo DiCaprio then. There needs to be more research in the literature looking at older women who date younger men, and we want to understand more about the qualities of these women compared to women who date men of a similar age group. The research led by Samantha Benbury wrote in their study published in Sexual and Relationship Therapy. Yeah. Once again, it's a matter of it's really a matter of the type of women who do this. Like, yeah, that's true. So generally, the type of women who are cougars are well off enough to financially support the younger men that they're dating. A lot of the women that date in their own age bracket, though, they're looking for someone to support them. It's a completely different dynamic. That's right. Ashton Kutcher was only 17 too. Yeah. No one wants to talk about that. The Whammons were surveyed across 3 categories: sexual self-efficacy, emotional intelligence, and subjective happiness. Sexual self-efficacy relates to sexual confidence and satisfaction, while emotional intelligence refers to the ability to perceive, express, and regulate emotions. Now, I'm sick and tired of hearing that the most hysterical people out there have emotional intelligence. Sure. Finally, subjective happiness is the personal perception of your own well-being and life satisfaction. Well, okay, again, put yourself in the position of these women. They make enough money to financially support a younger man, and they get to have sex with a younger, fitter man. Yeah, of course, that's going to make them feel good about themselves. And the survey results revealed that the Cougars scored higher across all 3 categories. We found that Cougars had higher scores among those measures than Whammons and age-matched dating groups, the researchers wrote. Now, do the same study for men. Compare men dating younger women or women their own age and see who's happier. I dare you. Since SSE, EI, and SH are associated with fulfilling intimate relationships, this study questions the preconceived notion that Whammons' relationships with younger men are less fulfilling or any less fulfilling or successful than those in similar relationships. I don't think anyone was questioning that, really. It's just a matter of, like I said earlier, the men often view these women as starter girlfriends. They're not there to keep around. Now, the researchers hope the findings will encourage further research into relationships with large age gaps. Yeah, do it the other way around, please. I dare you. Now, we argue that further research is needed to understand the age gap in dating among couples, including in the development of suitable interventions that extend to sexuality and relationship diverse individuals. They added interventions. What? You want to get between some of these couples and break them up? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. They sure as hell are trying when it comes to men that date younger women. That's for sure. The study would conclude 2D is greater than 3D. Oh, shoot. Oh, hey, forget relationships. Now let's compare people who are voluntarily single and see how happy they are and how fulfilled they are. Now that for sure is a study that they never want to see the light of day, because society wouldn't survive those revelations.